this is Noreen from Joya Cards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, please click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos release. Also, I give away the demo card, so if you're a first-time subscriber, put your email in the comments and I'll email you back and let you know if you won the card. Also, make sure you watch the video all the way through, because you never know, I might give the card away to anyone, or I might be doing card kits or swaps or something. So anyway, now let's go make a card. Today's video is kind of fun, and of course it's a fun fold, and we're going to be using a couple of different stamp sets. First one is this Sharing Sunshine. I thought it was really cute with the smiling side. I don't know, I thought it was cute. And then I thought the perfect sentiment came from Welcoming Window. Now you can use any sentiment you want, that's just what I chose. And then we're also going to be using basic borders. That's how I made the clouds. And the sentiment tag came from Tasteful Labels. And of course I have to do the sunshine, so I'm doing layering circles. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is a fun fold card. So start out with a typical card base, you know, the 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then on my Stampin' Up cutter, and this is a great cutter because it has score and cut. The arm comes out, of course, but I'm going to put this all the way to the right at 1 inch, because each one of these sides is just 1 inch. So I'm going to take my cutter part, and the thing about the cutter is you've got a line here that will tell you when I've gotten to my score line, because I've already scored this like a regular card, but it'll also tell you on the side here when I've gotten to 4.5. So I'm going to bring this down, and I always freak out and look up, which is good because I was right there. And then now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on the other side, pull my cutter up, and then bring it down and cut another 1 inch on that side. So it's 1 inch on each side. So that's how you cut it. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold this down and give it a good crease. So I'm just going to crease these down real nice, like so. I always do the back as well, like that. And now I'm going to take some snail, and I'm going to snail these two parts down. So that one and that one, because we don't need those to go up. So now we've just got this one piece in the middle. So this piece, the base, is a Balmy Blue. I think I forgot to say that. So this is Balmy Blue. Now when I was choosing this card, I thought, well, what colors do I want to use? I know the sun is going to be yellow. So I went through and I did a video how to organize and track and utilize all your Stampin' Up! Paper, and I made these. And that video went up July 8th, 2021. So if you want to look at that, that's great. So I chose yellow, and of course, the yellow that I chose was Daffodil Delight. It's kind of our brightest yellow. And then I went through, this is one of these All My DS paper, and I separated it by a black tag in between, so I know what these other papers are. Now this one, I just put the label of what it is on the back, but I wanted to know All My DS paper, and it's most of it, you know, you're really familiar with, and then there's some that it's like if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know it was there. So I chose Daffodil Delight, and then I found this one from You're a Peach, and this really matched well. So you're going to cut, and so if you do one of these, you can really, you know, look at all your paper and match something really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp these together. Now these pieces, You're a Peach and Daffodil Delight, these are cut 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/8 for the Daffodil Delight, and you're going to cut 2 of these. Now all the measurements and everything is in the description of my video, so go ahead and pull up the description and do that little arrow down or show more, and it'll pull up all my details of my video. So all the measurements will be there, all the paper and all that. So that's that measurement. And then for the DS paper, this is cut 3/4 of an inch by 4, and go ahead and snail these down. And I'm using my silicone craft sheet. These things are awesome. If you don't have one, go to the details of my video, click on the link, and you can order directly through me from the details of my video. And then, so we're going to snail these two down. And then we can go ahead and put them on the card. And speaking of the card, I give away the demo card. So if you are a first-time subscriber or you're already a subscriber and you never have gotten a demo card, go ahead and put in the comments of my video, after subscribing, of course, that you want to win the demo card, and leave your email. I can't talk to you without an email address. So put your email in there, and then I'll get your mailing address and put it in the mail if you won the card. So that's how we do the sides here so far. Now for the middle part here, you're going to cut another Daffodil Delight, and this is going to be 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. And we can go ahead and snail that down as well. So just put it right there in the middle. And we might as well do the inside as well, because we're kind of using all the same measurements for the outside and the inside. And this is the same size, the 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. And put this one down just right there in the middle. Line it up with your lines up here, and those are the Daffodil Delights. Now we're going to make the front here and the inside, and these are both in Shimmery White, and this is 3 1/4 by 4. They're the same size. So let's start with the front here. And the first thing you're going to need to do is take your border die, and it's the one that looks like a cloud, and you need to make a template. So go ahead and use the Stampin' Up paper and make a template like this. Now for the fun part. So we're going to take a blending brush. Stampin' Up sells these. Like I said, go to the description of my video. You can click on any of the products I used and go directly to my site and place an order. And then we are going to be using Balmy Blue. And you got your little template. I've obviously used this because I made the card. So the trick about the template is don't line this up with the edge here, because you'll get that edge. So don't do that. And just kind of keep the pattern moving around, so you're not having the same pattern going down. So go ahead and line this up. Now my Balmy Blue is a little dry, so I'm not stamping off. Most of the time I'll stamp it off like that. This one is, like I said, it's dry, and I don't want to re-ink it because I'm in the middle of doing some blending, and I don't think that's a great idea. So I'm going to move this down and over, and I'm going to do it again. And just do this all the way down. You're going to cover the whole thing. And like I said, my stamp pad is dry, so I'm going to have to go over it more than normal. And I'm moving this over, and again, a whole bunch on there. Yeah, if you are going to be doing some blending and you're dry, this is not the time to ink, because if you over ink, then it'll be really dark. Like my Daffodil Delight, which we are going to be using, is over inked, and it's giving off a really dark yellow. So it's almost like crushed curry at this point, because I over inked it. So this is not the time to be doing that. And I'm going to move it over some more, and I've got a scratch piece of paper underneath. I always try to keep my glass clean as possible. So that's why I use the silicone craft sheet all the time, because that really keeps my glass nice and neat. So I'm just doing the last little bit here. And when you get down to there, I might do a couple more on the bottom. That's what you got. Now we're going to do the cute little sun here, and it's actually dimensionaled up. I've cut both of these pieces, and the stamps we're going to be using from Sharing Sunshine is this one here, this one here, this one here, and I like the little side smile. I thought that was really cute. Now I'm going to be using Daffodil Delight and Polished Pink, but let's do the Daffodil Delight first. Now, like I said, my Daffodil Delight is over inked. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one first, and stamp off, and then stamp on the Shimmery White. Now we're using Shimmery White because we're we're doing a lot of blending in this card, so I chose to do Shimmery White. So there's that part. Now I'm going to take the one that looks like a star, ink it up real good, and then I'm going to stamp it off and immediately get it over to the paper and see how dark that looks. Now I don't like how that looks, so I'm going to turn the paper over and do this again. And you know what? I think on the card I did do full strength, so I'm not going to stamp off. So I'm just going to put it on full strength. There we go. Now we're going to do the actual sun, which is this piece right here. Now this part I definitely stamped off. So I'm going to ink it up real good, stamp it off, and immediately get it over here. Now I'm going to put my head in the camera, sorry. Now you gotta have to line that up. And what I'm doing is the edge of the circle is on a point of the sun, and you'll get it in the middle. So when you're looking through the edge of that sun with the edge or point of the star shape. So that looks all right. Now I'm going to stamp his little face, and I'm using the side smile here in polished pink. And I'm just going to stamp the middle of the sun like so. And then I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to do the outline of this one. Remember, we didn't like that one? So I'm going to take this. This one, I'm going to have to stick my head in the camera again. I'm so sorry. And this one, if you have to do this a couple of times just to line it up properly, that might have to happen. So going like that, and go like that. Sorry for my head. And there we go. Now I'm going to take a layering circle. This is the third smallest. I'm going to tape it on here and die cut it. So your circle is going to look like that. Now we're going to take the sun and we're going to fussy cut it. So just go ahead and cut that off. And a really good way to fussy cut something that's this shape is when you're cutting it, I'm going to cut it in a circle from tip to tip. And this is a super good way of fussy cutting this shape. So I'm going to cut the rest of it and I'll be right back. So I've cut it all the way around. So now all I have to do is take my super sharp scissors here and cut the little triangles like that. So it's super easy. So I'm going to finish that up, and once again I'll be right back. So I went ahead and cut out the sun, and then I put dimensionals on the back, and we're just going to line this up on the other piece like that. Isn't that cute? For the sentiment, we're going to be using tasteful labels and take a shimmer white and go ahead and cut out the label. I found the perfect sentiment for this card, and it's in welcoming windows, and it's sending sunshine for a beautiful birthday. It was just like totally perfect. So I took that stamp, and of course I'm using polished pink again, and I'm going to stamp it right here in the middle. Make sure that since these are the clear stamps, that you use a stamping pad of some kind. And this will also be in the details of my video. You can click on it and order one. So that's what the sentiment looks like. Now I'm going to put a little ribbon there, which is so unlike me because I don't use a lot of ribbon. Anyway, I'm going to use the polished pink open weave ribbon, and I'm just doing like a little loop like that. And then I'm going to affix it onto the back with, let's try a glue dot. So go ahead and take your pick tool and get a glue dot. Also, if you put a glue dot on your ribbon here and put it back on, it'll keep your ribbon from like going crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a glue dot here so it'll stay when I loop it. Get the loop size that you want, almost like the breast cancer loop here. So I got my loop, I got my glue dots there. I also put a couple of glue dots on the back of this, and I'm going to affix it like so. Now let's go ahead and assemble the front of the card. So first of all, I'm going to take these little loose flower flourishes, and there's a tiny little flower in that. And if you've ever used these from the paper pumpkin kit, they are fantastic for tiny little things. So I'm going to use this. If you don't have one of those, then I guess take a glue dot and cut it in half and affix it that way. But I'm gonna use one of the little paper pumpkin things, which are awesome. I think they also have these in the actual other card kits, which are brand new from Stampin' Up. They're really awesome. And I think I know they're gonna make, because I've seen the new celebration catalogs, they're also making Christmas card kits. So those are fantastic. Now, in the meantime, I've also put dimensionals on the back of my sentiment piece, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on first. So I'm gonna choose to put it right there. Then I'm gonna take this sunshine and I'm gonna snail this one, and I'm gonna put this one right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and snail the card front and put this all right in the middle like so. And now I'm gonna take these little flowers. Now I've got 2 big ones and a little one in between. So I'm taking those paper pumpkin things again, which I really love, and I'm going to put them on first. Like I said, if you don't have one of these, then go ahead and use glue dots. And I'm gonna put the big flower, a little flower, and the big flower. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back. Now we're gonna finish up with the inside. There's a beautiful happy birthday on there, and I'm gonna be using the 3 little dots and the little swirly thing and polished pink again. If you notice, I'm also stamping my pad on top of the Stampin' Pad here, because it makes better connection with the stamp when you do that. So I've got my happy birthday, and then I'm just decorating. So anyway, go ahead and, if you could, please, please, please like and subscribe. And if you want to win the demo card, go ahead and put in the comments that you want to win the demo card. Leave your email so I could talk to you and get your address, and you could win the demo card. So I've got 2 of them to give away, and so that's really cool. Now we're going to take this and snail it up and put it inside the card, and that is it. This is kind of a funsy little card, so it's good for, you know, really anyone. So they'll do it for me. Thanks. Bye.